Welcome. So in this video, I want to share, you're going to warning, you really need an open mind for this, okay? So basically what I want to do is talk to everybody, whether that you're an employee or an employer, small business, big business, working for someone else. But if you keep an open mind to this, and it's not going to be for everybody, I will give you some tips on how you can really grow yourself, your career, your business, and really, take it to a new level basically for next year. All right. It's been a tough year. We know that. So I don't want to bang on about, this year. Let's just write it off. But let's not wait to 2021. Let's start making next year great right now. I'm in lockdown, so my business has had to close up, but I can't let that define where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. So basically in this video, I am going to talk about a couple of things that and I know people won't necessarily resonate with it or be, I ain't doing that. I know that. I know that from staff that I've had in the past, and I've talked about this, but it will elevate your career and it will elevate your business. But to do those things, we do have to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, basically. And also, it means real stepping outside the box and doing something that's a little bit different. Now, if you're watching and you really don't like where you work, I've been there. I totally understand, and you can still do this. So if it's that, yeah, but I'm gonna totally change my career, then you definitely want to listen to this. If it's that I want to change my job, I don't like it there, you definitely want to listen to this because there's going to be some good advice. And if you're thinking of starting up a small business or in a small business or it's for everybody. All right. So it will give you the tips that you need to take that next step and grow. But comes with a warning, you're probably not everyone is going to like it. So how can we do that? Look, I'm going to talk about social media a little bit on how you can use that as your platform. Of course, at the end I will share with you on some tips on like really how you can start doing that today as well. But it's one of these things that like you got to start today on it. Don't say, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'll wait till after Christmas," because chances are you probably won't, and in 5 seconds you're going to talk yourself out of it anyway. That's why I got to do my best to keep you entertained because we get bored after a while. So how can we do this? Like sometimes I try and work with staff, and believe me, if you're an an employer, this is not easy to do. Okay, and that no one is ever going to take your business the same as you. I am very fortunate with the team that I have right now. They take the business pretty much like it's their own. So how can we raise our career or our business into 2021 to make it great? Well, we could do things like what I'm doing now. What I mean is working more with the social media and raising our own personal brand. So it's going to have to start with ourselves, but what is the benefit of me working on myself that's going to benefit my business or my career? Simple things. It could be you just talk about it a little bit more. Now, does that mean, oh, but I know what's going to come up is like, well, I don't want my work stuff, talk about work on my personal Facebook. See, straight away, people tuned out. I could see that. And that's okay. All right. I understand that. But you will get much more reach if you were to talk about things on your own personal Facebook, your own personal profile. You get more reach. Well, how does that? What's the point in that? Well, don't be talking about it all the time because yes, people will get annoyed, but you connect with people differently through there. Plus, if it's on a page that Facebook, they want you to pay for that. So you can really help grow the company that you own or work in just by doing that a little bit more on things like this. On your profile, I'm on my profile on a couple of pages. Yeah, you don't need fancy gadgets. You could go live. You could just talk about something. If you're you might prefer using LinkedIn for professional, but if you think about it, like you could do something on one platform and then you can transfer it over and put it onto the other one. So you're covering much more range. Well, what's that going to do? It's going to raise awareness, of course, for your business, about you as a person. And if you're don't rely if you're in a team, you don't have to rely on the marketing team and the sales team to do it all. That's not how a team works. And in the past, I don't want to like discredit anyone that's worked for me because they've all been good in their own way, but not everyone could get their head around this. that if your company posts something on Facebook, then it makes sense that you put a comment on there. It makes sense that if you don't want to share it all the time and bombard all your friends and family with that, that's fine. You don't have to do anything I'm saying, of course not. But what if you did? What if you did take on what I just said? What if you engage on that? Now you're helping that generate out more. That means your company doesn't have to pay as much for adverts if they're doing adverts. It means that they get more awareness if they're trying to put things out. But also you're having a part to play in that. And everything is traceable. It's like now I don't even see the point of CVs anymore. If it should be straightforward. It's like, well, look, it's on my Facebook, it's on my LinkedIn, it's on my Instagram. You can check me out there. You can see what sort of person I am. Obviously, you can hide all that, and that's okay. You can do that as well. But I think, unless you're like you're in danger or something, of course, then that's why I keep certain things. I just don't want certain people to see on my personal things anymore. And that's the choice I make. But what I'm getting at is just those little things makes a difference. But what if you're an expert in your field? What if you're a sales expert or a marketing expert or you're a fantastic engineer? What if you were to just talk about stuff on video, and if you're not happy with talking, well, there's two things you can do. Contact me and I can work with you, because believe me, I could not even stand in a room of 5 people and have a talk and do a presentation. Now I can do that in big room I've never met before and jump in, and I'm fine with it. I'm happy. I'm on camera all the time now. I'm used to it. But what I'm getting at is, what if you did talk about something? What if you you may be working for someone else, it may be your own company. Let's say I have my live show, Mindset Explosion. It's every Sunday, 7:30. Everyone knows it's pretty much going to be there. Some people watch it, some people don't. I don't care. Sometimes my words come out wrong. I don't care. I just talk, and I will attract people in that want to listen to that. And the same is, whatever you have to say about, you will attract people in that want to listen to it. Your only fear would be but if people don't like it, don't watch, they will. You could if you go on YouTube and just look up some of the stuff that's on there. I bet if you've got kids, I bet your kids are watching stuff and you think, what is this? Well, they're doing all right from it. And I'm not saying, of course, by doing something like that, you now get yourself more credibility. So I'm going to use marketing as an example, because that's kind of where we're around, but you don't have to be a marketer to talk about it. You could just be talking about the great product or the staff. I love working here, just talking about something that you have and just push it out there. And then you'll find your way soon enough. So it is that simple. And you don't even have to spend hours doing that. That little video just talking about whatever. Could be an engineer. This is how I'm going to show you how to fix a plug or install a light or whatever. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that we use. I worked in a switchgear place. So, if I was talking to my past self, Matt, if you go and do this now, people will get attracted in. You can show, how it's done. It's not going to be for everyone, of course not. But who cares? You're not doing it for everyone. You would attract people in. You would do so much for the company that you're in. You would do so much for your personal brand. If you wasn't happy in the company you was working at, you would have a whole series of videos that could easily be put into a book. You now have a book. So when you go to your next job, oh, I wrote this book. Oh, I did this show about this. I put myself out there. I would say that would be like, if someone came to me with that, I would, right, okay, when did you start? Because now you've elevated your career. You've also helped another business grow. Like them or not like them is totally irrelevant. Do more things like that, and your career will grow. Do more things like that, your business will grow. Just getting out there and talking about it and put the things out. I recommend, it's good to do off a page, of course, because that can be, made as an advert, but you may not have access to a page. So it's actually better off your profile, because if you've kind of connected with people within that same industry or going to get attracted in, well, you're doing wonders. People want to go there. I know someone had done a charity event for Morrison's, Andrea. So her just doing that as a charity event, they raised like £5,000 for the charity, but it raised awareness for where she works, that location at the same time. So sometimes we don't realize maybe the impact that can have. How does that affect them? Maybe more people went there. Maybe people were like, oh, you know what, I like what they've done there. So make the most of what you have. We are in such a lucky world at the moment, in that with social media, we can really, push out and elevate ourselves forward. But I know it's not for everyone, because if I went into a room with 10 and said this, I'd be lucky to get one person to actually take that on board and go, yeah, okay, that makes total sense. But it is a total mindset shift. And even my own staff, bless them, love them. Sometimes it's difficult for them to, kind of understand that. But if only let's say if you run a company, right, and you had 5 people and they all did something like this, or one wrote a blog, or you all wrote blogs, what would be the impact on that? And literally, oh yeah, but it's going to take up so much time. It's going to take up so much time of all of like 20 minutes a day to get something done. Even if you had something once a week, once a month, it would make a massive, massive difference, not only to the business, the company, but yourself. If you're trying to raise your personal brand, this would make so much sense to do, and to put that time slot into your day, your working day, if it has to be. But when people embrace things more like that, that's how the country's going to get back together, is when everyone literally does come together, helping where they're at and helping those around them. And it might just be, hey, so I don't have to talk about Cheltenham martial arts all the time, or fitness kickboxing. I don't have to talk about the social media ninja book all the time and my mindset. I could just go next door and I've done it sometimes. I'll do it by interviewing other businesses, but it's a win-win situation. I'm raising a profile in myself on that, what I do, and of course I'm raising someone else's. So there's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to do things, but by getting yourself actively involved in, on your personal profiles, on your pages. And the thing is, like, you've just created some content that can now be used later on down the line. So even if you went on your own profile and you talked about whatever it is that you do at work and something along those lines, that's there, that's gone out, it's going to get seen by more people. Trust me, I'm going off. So if I can go on live at the moment on 2 of my pages and my profile, I bet my profile gets more views, and I have less followers on my profile. That's just how it works. So what I'm getting is, you did that on your profile, whether it be your business or not, you can now, download it. Yeah, do you want this? Give it to your marketing department or whatever. Hey, is this any good for you? Send it off. They'll probably share it. So it can be used so much more. But I'll tell you a bit more about that. So what would happen if you raised your personal brand as yourself? Because you have one. Don't say you haven't, because you have. That's how you sold yourself to be married or meet someone. That's how your personal brand is what got you a job, and also what maybe didn't get you a job. All right, it's what your personal brand is, where you've had rejection. That's what it is. But you can change it, right? We can rebrand ourselves as well if it's a negative like that. So you have knowledge, something, 3% more than someone else, and that is just enough. So you don't feel like you got to be the expert in something. Just say, and if it's something's wrong, you'll soon find out. But don't worry about things like that. Just put it out there and see what happens. And let me know if you struggle. Like, if you are struggling with getting your head around it, say, like, what were you on about? Tell me. We can talk about it. That's fine. But if it's like you've had an aha, oh my God, that's a great idea. Well, say what you're going to do as well, because put it in there. I guarantee you'll definitely do it. If you want some more ideas, okay, wherever you are on anything I've just spoke to, then click the link. It's in the copy. All right. So it take you to get my free ebook, and it's 5 easy steps. 5 is 8. 8 easy steps on how to become a social media ninja. And this is for everything I've just talked about. It's about raising your personal brand, raising your profile, raising your, it's going to help grow your business. It's going to help grow, if you're working for someone else, which will grow you, right? If your business grows, you grow. If you grow, your business grows. If one's not, but it's hard when one's doing this and the other one's staying still. Becomes quite difficult. You get left behind. You get noticed when you get left behind, unfortunately. If you're going like this, you're going to, in theory, this should work. But let's say all right, let's say you're here and you decide to do what I'm saying to you now. Your business isn't maybe interested in the social media things. Will you elevate up, which is great? You're not going to stay here, but now you've got something to go on to that next step. But if you don't do it, nothing happens. It stays the same, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? If you're happy with that. But I promise you, do this. It will make a difference. This is what I've had to step out my comfort zone so much, and doing things that I never thought I would do. And even when I changed a career from engineering to as a martial arts instructor, we didn't have social media then, apart from maybe what was it, Bebo and MySpace. And that just did not appeal to me. And even when Facebook came along, I didn't understand what I'm saying to you now. I would grow the company I was working for, in the way we was told. And if we'd had this then, which we didn't, but if we had, and I knew what I knew now, oh my gosh, we could have done as good or the same, but just with less effort, because believe me, it is a lot less effort doing stuff like this. I hope that's helped. So if you want to find out more, click on the link, download my free ebook, How to Become a Social Media Ninja. It's 8 easy steps. All right. Wherever you are, even if you're thinking of starting out in business or something new, you definitely, I promise you, this will be like the Bible but only if you read it and only if you take action upon it. Otherwise, it's totally worthless. All right. Hope you got some from that, guys. And I'll see you again very, very soon. But go work on building your personal brand and mix it up. If it's on your personal, if it's on your own profile, I'm not saying don't share your family pics and talk about whatever, but think and give worthwhile stuff. Give out, ask people to engage in it. If you're that concerned, but I promise it will make a difference. We all have our little rants on social media and we want to show how great life is, but share some knowledge, man. Like you know stuff. You will help someone, and you can talk about fly fishing, whatever, but talk about it, because put it out there. Someone is going to watch it. Someone will be interested in that. Not everyone, but you don't want everyone watching it. Just someone. And the more you do, the more people you'll reach out as well. All right. Oh, you need to make it public, of course. Otherwise, what's the point? Peace, love. See you soon. Bye-bye.